All right, the other thing to remember in polo is the teams change ends after every goal. They don't change ends after each chukker or at half time. They change ends after every goal.
So Rory is the 4?
Yeah,
I can figure it out.
That's their numbers on them.
I can figure it out once the game's on.
So it looks like the Reds of Newport will be attacking the scoreboard end, and the Whites of Baltimore going down towards the pony lines, and in goes the ball as the clock starts. And immediately Newport is on the attack with the flying Heather. Heather, though, is being ridden off by George Hempt. George goes for the under the neck shot, gets it, and tries to get it in front of Jim Stanton. Doesn't manage to make the play. The number 4, however, Estani Puch, picks it up. Estani trying to get around, doesn't manage it. He's backed up by Nik Feldman, though. Nik Feldman going through the pack at the moment. He's been ridden off by Rory Torrey. Rory gets the better of the ride-off, and Heather manages to cut the ball across the field. She's still got it with Nik Feldman. They both ride over the top of it. Minnie Keating trying to turn the ball. Does well. Minnie on the boards, on the near side now. Now she's switching off to the offside. She's got to cut it towards the middle. Gets one little cut, but not really enough distance on the shot. And coming back in cover is Estani Puch. Estani takes the ball across the face of his own goal. He's now going to try and tap it away from Minnie and then look upfield. He's gone behind Heather and also behind Peter Friedman. Now Estani's opening his shoulders, doesn't really get the hit. It comes off his cane, but it's going to be sort of in midfield. Now Estani goes under the neck of the pony, sends it straighter up the field and finds Jim Stanton, the number 1, his attacking player. Jim's going to try and get it off the boards and bring it to the middle. Difficult play. Slows right down to a walk. And everybody's sort of over it. Rory Torrey now picks it up. Rory's going to get Newport going in the other direction. He's on the boards. Oh, he's been pickpocketed by George Hempt. George over there. I think the ball has now gone out of play over the boards. So the umpire will go over there. The teams will line up in front of the umpire, opposite where the ball went over the boards. And the umpire will throw the ball in. In it comes. And picking it up straight away is Estani Puch. Estani trying to send the ball towards the Newport goal, but he goes right across the face of the goal. And it's still in play. Is it going to run out of play? No, it's still in play. Peter Friedman can't get to it. Jim Stanton gets a nice little backhander for Baltimore. Peter Friedman, the number 1 for Newport, going to clear it across the face of his goal. Gets the second shot, doesn't really get enough distance on it. And Estani Puch tries to turn it, but angles it too far and gets it over the back line. So Newport will bring the ball in with a hit in. Baltimore in white have to be 30 yards into the field of play. And you'll see the Reds trying to find a bit of space for Rory Torrey, who's bringing it in. Rory taps it in. He's going towards the Nik Feldman. Rory Torrey just tapping it. Nik Feldman can't cross the line of the ball. Rory's going to put a bit of speed on. Sends a lovely shot up over the halfway line in front of Minnie Keating. Minnie being ridden by George Hempt. George going to win the ride off the second time. No, Minnie's not going to let him have that courtesy. Minnie still pushing. And unfortunately the ball rolls over the back line. So now we'll have a hit in to Baltimore. So a nice hit in play from Rory Torrey for Newport. And now we have Baltimore. And Estani Puch goes right across the face of his own goal. Minnie Keating making a move towards him. She's going to try and bump him. She does a great bump, but Estani gets a lovely shot off over the halfway line. Coming onto it very quickly is Nik Feldman. Nik cuts the ball towards the goal. It's looking extremely good, and Nik Feldman finds the goalposts. All right, the teams have changed ends. Newport going towards the pony lines. Oh, look at this for Baltimore. Coming out really quickly is the number 2, George Hempt. George going to cut the ball towards the goal. He's found it really quickly as well. And oh my goodness, Baltimore double their lead within seconds of the first goal. We'll be going back towards the Channel 10 BMW scoreboard. No, don't stop it. And in comes the ball from Patrick Quigley. And Baltimore straight onto the attack again. This time, though, Heather Souto rides out Jim Stanton. But they leave the ball. Estani Puch is over the top of it. Who's going to be there? Oh, yeah, there's a crossing the line there. So the main foul in polo is known as crossing the line, the right of way. And The right of way is the direction in which the ball is traveling, whether it's been hit or bounced off a board or come off a pony. Whatever direction the ball is going in, it creates the main road in polo, the right of way. And as long as you're traveling along that right of way, you have the right to the ball. And if anybody comes at any different angle than you, they could be infringing your right of way. And so the umpires will blow a whistle. It's, if you can imagine, like you're coming in from a side road on a main road, you must look and make sure you're clear before you enter the main road. And if you're not, the umpire blows a whistle. So the penalty goes to Newport. It's from the center of the ground. Baltimore have to be 30 yards away from the ball into play. And the Reds will be waiting up forward for Rory Torrey, the number 4 for Newport, to pass the ball to him. And here comes Rory. And Rory's just going to tap it forward, goes out towards Peter Friedman. He's having trouble with the ball hitting Peter's pony. Peter's pony unfortunately got the hit on the ball and they've left it, and now very dangerously we've got Baltimore on the attack through George Hempt. George's got time, so he just slows up in his pony, tries for the under the neck shot, didn't really get it, but he's got Estani Puch right behind him. Estani taken out of it by Rory. The ball's right there. Peter Friedman gets a little touch and Jim Stanton gets the hit on it for Baltimore, but couldn't get the angle and puts it over the back line. So a bit of a let off there for Rory and the Newport team. And now Rory's going to bring it in. He's got Minnie and Heather in front of him. He needs to sort of release the ball up to them if he can. He's going past Nik Feldman. He's still got the ball. Jim Stanton's going to try and get with him, but Rory's going well. Oh, Heather comes across, doesn't really help. Peter Friedman luckily backing them up. Peter goes further forward. Well done, Peter. Rory Torrey going to try and take it up. Rory going towards the goal. Peter could finish this. Peter Friedman. Lovely play from Peter Friedman. And enthusiastically the crowd appreciate the minute to go. In comes the ball. Goes straight through the pack. Does it? No, it stops in the middle. And getting onto it was Estani Puch. Estani tapping it once. He's going to try the tail backhand to put his team on the attack. Gets the backhand. Minnie gets a better backhand. Peter Friedman doesn't really get the shot he needed to send Heather on away. So Estani Puch picks it up. Look at that backhand. And Jim Stanton read it first. Jim Stanton for Baltimore. Jim trying to cut the corner. Didn't really manage it. And I think the ball will run over the back line. That was the first warning bell. 30 seconds to play. 22 of it left on the clock. And Rory Torrey back there to take it. He's going to want to get the ball down the other end because the second chukker will start where this one finishes. And he gets a lovely pass out to Minnie Keating. Minnie hooked by Estani. Estani just goes forward to get control of the ball. Now he backs it right in front of his number 3, Nik Feldman. Beautiful play by Estani. Nik Feldman cuts it up the field, but the bell beats him. The clock runs out of time. So that is where the second chukker will start, over there by the 40-yard line towards the Newport goal. But the teams will now go off and change their ponies.